Hey, it's Patrick. I hope you're having a great day. In this video, we're talking about exactly how much Uber Eats drivers make. So I've been doing Uber Eats for over a year, and over that time, I've done a total of 967 trips, so I'm just under 1,000. And throughout that time, obviously, I've seen, the app go through quite a bit of changes. I've, had a lot of time to kind of get the motion of things and, figure out the best practices for driving Uber Eats. I have a few other videos up as well. You might have seen some of those. I'll put the playlist in the description to all my other Uber Eats videos. I also do other things like Amazon Flex and Grubhub and DoorDash, and that is actually, over the past few months, I haven't been driving Uber Eats as much because I've been experimenting with other apps as well. But I'm going to go ahead and share with you my earnings here in a second. For, like I said, over a year, Uber Eats was the only driving app I was using. That was the only kind of, like I said, delivery app I was using. So that's been my main, like I said, my main app for quite a while. So I'm gonna go ahead and share with you my earnings here. Now, keep in mind, I am in Vancouver, Washington. That is where I drive. That's where I live. I'm about 10-minute drive north of Portland, Oregon. So keep in mind that these earnings are probably going to vary a little bit based on, where you're driving. There is obviously a million factors when it comes into driving Uber Eats, whether it's the gas mileage that your car gets, and obviously the earnings are separate from that, but that's going to be an expense you're going to have to account for. So gas mileage, what type of city you live in, whether it's rural area or it's more suburban or like a dense city, you might have a lot of traffic and things like that. Also depends on the times that you drive as well. If you're driving during the lunch hour or the lunch, couple hours during lunch, or in, around dinner time, because obviously those are going to be the peak times. So there's a lot of factors that will affect your earnings exactly, but like I said, I took some time to kind of figure these out and maximize it to the best that I could. So keep in mind that these earnings might vary based on, a few factors, but these are going to be my honest earnings. I'm going to share my exact earnings with you to the penny, based off of how much I've been driving and everything. So I'm going to go ahead and share all this with you. So let's take a look here. I'm going to share my total 2018 earnings with you. So in 2018, I drove for a total of 401 hours, a little over 401 hours. So that was the total amount that I drove. Like I said, it was part-time mainly, so I wasn't driving like 40 hours a week or anything like that. So mainly just part-time, and in the evening time around dinner. And that was, that was when I was driving for the most part. So in that 401.45 hours that I drove, I earned a total of $5,839.07. So if you want to break that up and do the math, that's a total of $14.54 per hour. And that is my rate for the total of 2018, averaged out like to the penny exactly. So $14.54. That is exactly how much I made. Now, like I said, keep in mind the other factors, keep in mind, your gas mileage, which is going to obviously deduct from that. Keep in mind, the city you're living in, the practices you're doing if you're driving, in a busy area, if you're driving during busy times. There's a lot of factors that are going to play into this, of course. But like I said, $14.54 per hour is what I made. Now, let me do some math for you. So $14.54, if I did that for 40 hours a week, assuming I was making that same rate, so $14.54 times 40, if you were to be a full-time Uber Eats driver, so if you were to drive 40 hours a week at that rate, you would earn $581.60 per week, which is a total of $2,326.40 per month. So over $2,300 a month you can earn, assuming that you're going to make that same rate. And, my car is pretty good. If you want to, obviously the elephant in the room here is the gas. How much does it cost? How much does gas end up costing me? Well, I've noticed that, throughout all the driving apps, really, I'd say, especially with Uber, my gas deducts for about 10 to 15% of my earnings. So usually 10 to 15%. So if we want to take that into effect with that $2,300 a month, let's factor in the 10%, let's just say 15% just to, be safe here. $1,977. So assuming that you drive 40 hours a week at that rate, of $14.54 an hour, and you factor in gas, you're gonna still make a little under $2,000 a month there. So that's pretty good. And let me factor that into the hourly rate here too. So we have $14.54, and let me take off 15% of that just to, put it into the hourly rate to give you guys an idea of that. So I'm gonna multiply here. So assuming, factoring the gas right off the bat to, factor into the hourly rate, that would be a total of $12.36 an hour. So $12.36 an hour, after gas. But like I said, $14.54. So that's actually really good. Looking at that, there's a lot of jobs out there that pay, especially a lot of minimum wage jobs, obviously minimum wage. And this is going to vary where you live, of course. But, a lot of places, over $12 an hour, that's great. That's like, wow, that's pretty good. And, here in Washington State, the minimum wage is, I think it's $11.50 now, which is a lot higher than most states, I believe. But even then, it's still better than minimum wage. And I used to work a job in sales full time, and I made minimum wage plus commission. So I made a little bit more than minimum wage, but, the commission structure was a little bit, not my favorite. So, and I didn't enjoy my job before. So, I mean, Uber Eats is just, I love Uber Eats. I love driving Uber Eats. I love, all the other apps as well, Grubhub, DoorDash. And like I said, I have more videos about those coming too. But Uber Eats, like I said, it's so incredible because it's allowed me to quit my job. Like I said, my sales job that I worked full time at, that I really didn't enjoy. It allowed me to quit that, first of all. Second of all, I have so much more freedom now. I don't have a boss. I don't have a schedule I have to follow. I don't have, meetings to go to. I don't have all these things I had to deal with before. And it's just so much freedom. Like if I wake up in the morning and I feel like driving for just 2 hours or, even like an hour or so, I can do that if I want to. Or if I want to drive for 10 hours, I can wake up and just do that if I want to. So it's like totally up to me. I can drive whenever I want to, whenever I need to. If I need quick money, you can get paid the same day on Uber Eats. If you make $100 in one day, you can cash that out straight to your account instantly. They charge, I think, like a 1% fee or whatever, 50 cents, I think. But still, it's just like so much freedom. If you're not happy at your job and it's not paying so well, or if you want to just try something else, or if you want to keep your job and make a little extra money on the weekends, on your days off or whatever, then Uber Eats is a great option. I think it's great for any situation and anybody because it's so flexible. Like I said, if I want to drive 60 hours a week, I can, or if I want to drive 10 hours a week, I can. So it's just literally up to you whenever you want. If I want to take off 2 weeks, and I can take 2 weeks off, I just don't have to drive. And there's literally no penalty for that at all. Like none whatsoever. It's just you go out there and drive and you make money. And that's it. And there's nothing else to it. It's so easy. And it's not a hard job at all. You literally just, navigate to the restaurant, walk inside, show them the phone or tell them the name, and they give you the food. You just go to your car and drive to the house. And it's just super easy. It's, the most stressful thing you're going to have to deal with is if, if the restaurant forgets something from their order, or if something gets messed up, or, whatever, like just little things like that. And it's just really not hard to deal with at all. So it's just such super easy job. It's not stressful. So much freedom, so much flexibility, and it's just a great job, honestly. I wouldn't even call it a job, honestly, because it's not really a job. It's just a source of income. There's so many different ways to make income nowadays with the power of the internet and all these apps. A lot of people don't even realize that this is an option. So that's part of why I create these videos about Uber Eats and about all these other things and about everything in general, just to help other people. Because, like I said, I was in a situation where I did not enjoy my job at all and I hated it. And, I would wake up in the morning and just be like, oh, I have to go to work again. And I felt so trapped there. But, I found other ways of creating income and I quit that job. And ever since then, I've been so much more happier, and I've had also the time to, follow my dreams and, work on my YouTube channel and my online income that I've been, working towards for such a long time. So, like I said, Uber Eats is such a great source of income. It's super easy. Like I said, $14.54 an hour is my average rate on Uber Eats, which is a lot better, like I said, than a lot of jobs. I drive past all these restaurants, I go through the drive-thrus, or I go inside all these restaurants that I'm delivering from, and I see these employees, and sometimes I'm wondering, like, man, like, I see, like, I don't want to talk down on anybody, but, fast food workers or anything like that, and it's like, man, I make probably more money than those people do, and I just drive around doing whatever I want to do. So it's such a nice source of income, like I said. If you are interested in trying out Uber Eats, hit the link in the description to sign up. I'll put it right there. It's going to take you exactly where you need to go to sign up. It's a super easy process. All you need is a car that's like 20 years or newer, I think. You only have to be 19 years old and just have insurance, and that's pretty much the bare minimum. There's a background check as well, but just hit the link in the bottom if you're interested in trying it out. It's a super easy, fun, thing to do. It might seem a little, scary at first to, just jump out there and start driving, but once you get used to it, once you do your first trip, it's actually, you'll realize how easy it is and how relaxing it is. Because honestly, I just drive around all the time, just playing music or listening to audiobooks or doing whatever I want to do, really. It's just nice and enjoyable. I got my coffee and my water here and everything. Make sure you bring some snacks, but it's a great little source of income. So like I said, definitely try it out if you're interested in doing that. I highly recommend it for everybody. It's a super easy way to make income, as I've said 100 times. All right, guys, that's it for this video. Hope this helps you out. Hope this was informational. Hope that you got the information you were looking for from this video. Let me know in the comments your thoughts. Let me know if you're a driver or if you're thinking about driving, or just what your thoughts are in general about this video. I'd love to hear about that. Don't forget to check out the description. Follow me on Instagram. Reach out to me with any other questions or comments you guys have. I love connecting with you guys. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Got plenty more videos coming soon. Like I said, I got plenty of other Uber Eats videos as well as a lot of other content about personal growth. Also some adventures and vlogs I've been working on as well. Also some music I've been working on. So I have a lot of different diverse content. But like I said, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on any of that new stuff. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your time, guys. Have a great day. Your mind is much more powerful than you think. Peace.
Thank you.